All right, what's up, everyone? I'm making this video. Don't mind the fit, just chilling, casual, we're cool. Making this video gonna be about needs analysis and pitching price accordingly. This is where we have a lot of fall off here, right around the 5 to 7 minute mark. If that, honestly, about 4.5 to 6 minutes. I've been seeing a lot of bad pitches at the end of the day and just not captivating the interest of the clients and not getting to know them. The most pinnacle point of the wholesale is the needs analysis. The intro is an intro. You just confirm some basic information, and then right after the intro is a needs analysis. I got to make sure I can get to know the client as much as I can, what they really, really need, and a little bit about them on the back end. Because the more I know about them, the better it's going to be for later down in the call and just building rapport. Because at the end of the day, I treat every single client that I have like they're going to be coming over to my house to eat dinner with me. Basically, at the end of the day, that's how close I want to be. That's how I want to talk to them, as well as confidently. And I'm acting as if I'm literally I don't know, the senior executive broker for whatever carrier in, say, Georgia, if there was a client in Georgia. That's what we have to act as. That's how we have to sound. And we really, really have to hone in on the needs because there's so many deals that fall off and just the price points that we're pitching these people right off the bat. It's not making sense at all. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, that's all fine. So needs analysis. I really kind of extrapolated this out to go more in depth. It is on the script and everything. Like I said, the script is just a general framework. It's not supposed to be something that you read word for word. Clients can tell if you read word for word. If you're reading all off of something, it's not personable. You're not going to relate, as well as you're going to read super, super fast as well. If I'm talking like I am now to all you guys, it's pretty personal. And it doesn't sound like I'm reading off of something at the day. And I'm pretty attentive for anything that's going to happen. So, with that being said, the needs analysis here, there's 4 different layers within the needs analysis. You start off, if they have coverage or they're looking for coverage, that's the first layer. If they say they don't have any coverage, the second layer, great. Were you looking for something just to cover your funeral and final expenses or to leave a legacy behind? The third layer, if they say funeral and final expenses, great. Were you planning on having a traditional burial or cremation when something happens to you? It's not an if, it's a when. Everybody's going to die. That sounds terrible, but it's a when. You can't fight fate at the end of the day. Don't be ifs or, so yeah, if, like, Linda, if something was to happen to you, like, do you want to have a cremation or a traditional burial? No, that sucks. That sounds like dog crap. Be stoic, be stern, be convincing as well. Have a sense of urgency with these clients. At some point in their life, within the past month, something came across them with a thought and was like, you know what? I'm gonna fill something out because I need life insurance. I either want to save on what I have right now, get something in place, or honestly get more coverage than what I have right now at the end of the day. It's our job to figure out what they need and get it in place for them. Secondly, last layer. Looking for a legacy? Great. Legacies, super simple. People looking for lump sums, easiest rapport subject of my life, as well as very, very easy to pitch. Okay. I want to touch on stop having everyone's sales pitch needs analysis be a Q&A. Great. So were you planning on having like just this to cover funeral and final expense or leave a legacy behind? Q&A, Q&A, Q&A. No, stop it. Yes, it's on the script here. It is designed like a Q&A. That doesn't mean you read it like one. Like I said 2 minutes ago, build rapport. Most leads have beneficiary's name on it. There's going to be a state, city, address. Ask about it. Uh, what is the state that they're living in? Yeah, great, Linda. So I see you're out there in Virginia. You've been living there your whole life? No, you moved from Missouri? Oh man, when'd you move? 21 years ago? Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love Virginia. Great state. I mean, you get both the best worlds. Nice weather, a little bit cooler in the fall time right about now. Now, do you think you're going to be living there for the rest of your life? Great, great. Yeah, I love to hear. I love to hear it. So, when something's to happen to you, were you planning on having a traditional burial or a cremation? Worm your way into it. Worm your way into it. We're getting to a point now where I'm seeing, and this is across the board. Um, Not for people here as well as like other calls I've like listened to and like other different call reviews. People they're too salesy. Basically, what we want to do is reverse that. We're talking to these clients, building rapport and conversation, getting to know them, and we're just so happy to sell them some life insurance, a product in place. Basically, they want to talk to you as if you're helping them and with just a minor fee, basically per month at the end of the day. And they have to trust you enough at the end of the day. You just can't just full on speed run a Q&A here and not get to know them. And yeah, pitch a package quick. And yep, I got that Aflac package for 40 G's. That's going to leave a little bit of money behind. And yeah, definitely cover that traditional burial for yourself. Now, yeah, what's a good address where I can send the policy to? No, no, like that's bogus at the end of the day. If it's like your uncle, this or that, obviously it's different. Somebody you know, like cool, you're chilling. For some lady named Mary Beth out in Idaho, who I just met, like what? No way. Don't be like that. Secondly, needs analysis, price points. Figure out what people need. Stop putting stupid prices into toolkits. If people say that, yeah, I do want to cover my funeral and final expenses, but leave a little bit behind. You got to have these price points in your head. Great. Now, follow up. Great. Linda, love to see they want to leave a little bit of money behind. Yeah, to your beneficiaries here. Now, were you planning on having a traditional burial or a cremation? You're gonna have a cremation? Okay, great, great. So you should know cremations, 5 to 8 G's. She wants to leave money behind. That doesn't mean go put an extra $1,000 or $2,000. No, because if she has three, four, five beneficiaries, even one beneficiary, that's not enough money to like leave behind. Like, are you serious? Like, who wants to get $1,000 like left behind to them? Like, that's not even worth my time at the end of the day. I mean, yes, it's money, but like really? Somebody wants to leave money behind and they're gonna have a cremation. I already know. You know what? I'm gonna put in 20 grand. I'm gonna do 25, and then I'm gonna put something like 40 grand, just too expensive, because I would don't recommend them getting into it basically at the end of the day. Pitch according. Get the price points down. Get the was my what I wanted to say here. Get the like ages and kind of how much things cost. I already know right now if there's a client that's telling me, yeah, I've been looking into this. I'm kind of looking around the $50,000 range. Yeah, I want about 50 grand. Well, if you see on the lead where their age is or if their date of birth, and it's like 1947, like they're like in their late 70s, you no, like there's no real 75, 80-year-old plus that's going to get 50 grand. I mean, they're out there, but nobody's really going to want to pay 300, $400 a month at the end of the day. As well as when you pitch that to them, they're going to be turned off. You have to be strategic. You have to let the client know. Great. I totally understand, John, that you are looking for about $50,000 worth of coverage. Now, I do want to let you know I got to make sure I stay within a good price point for yourself. So, majority of clients right now that I do have that are putting uh, away money in these products and services, they're putting around anywhere from 70 to $120 a month. Now, I can tell you right now, we're not going to be able to get the $50,000 that you do really want, but let me see what I can do right here. I have a package. Yep, I got $25,000 worth of coverage for $134 a month. Yes, it's not the $50,000 plus that you wanted, but it is something at the end of the day because we got to make sure that we can keep the policy on the books, we can establish a great relationship, and best of all, got to make sure the policy never lapses at the end of the day. Don't go pitch something stupid. Be like, oh yeah, John, yeah, $50,000 for you. Yeah, it's gonna be yeah, through Baltimore Life here, blah blah blah. Go through like the little no 2 year waiting period bull crap, and yeah, it's gonna be $327. He's like, what? $327. I was thinking it was going to be $115. What are you talking about, you scammer? I'm never going to listen to you. Bye. Then he just hangs up like that's bogus. Let the clients know what I just did in that previous example as well. What people on average are paying, where the sweet spot is. Because when you tell people where the sweet spot is, it gauges their thinking. You're not going to go to a car dealership. All right. I want I don't know, a new Ram 1500. Okay. You, I'm not going to think that, you know what? Yeah, I want one. I'm only going to spend 20 grand on one at the end of the day. No. On average, what people are putting away, yes, towards a new Ram 1500, you can expect to pay honestly anywhere between 50,000 and 75,000 based on the features and trim level. Okay. Okay, great. When you tell people that, same thing for life insurance. Yep, John. So most of my clients right now are putting away anywhere from 70 to about $125 a month based on these packages and products that we have right now. Just want to make sure this is suitable for your we can find something suitable for yourself and everything. So let me pull up the rates right now. Okay, beautiful. You ever heard of a company called Liberty Bankers Life? So on and so forth. Don't You got to let people know what they can expect, and they're less apt to be like, well, I had this number in mind for this amount of coverage. Like no. They're gonna hit you with if they don't feel comfortable. Well, I was kind of more comfortable paying around the $45 range. Okay, great, John. Great. Totally understand. That's what we're working with for your budget. Thank you for letting me know. There is certainly a package for yourself here. Now, instead of that $15,000 worth of coverage, we can get you $11,000 worth of coverage for it's coming in at actually a little bit under about 43.64 here through Liberty Bankers. Be thorough. Really hone in on the needs analysis. It is literally the most important stage of the application. If you don't nail that, you're going to get hit with a social or a bank objection. Or there's going to be down the road, you ask for sensitive information like the SSN or bank, and they're, well, I got to go, or like, I got to go like pick my kids up or this or that. Like, they straight up just don't want to talk to you anymore just because you didn't build enough credibility, and like you don't ask about the client, you don't know anything. Like, I don't care in the needs analysis if you ask Woody how their day's going, like how they're doing. If they say something negative, spin it to a positive. Oh, like when you're pulling up rates here, like you have to buy yourself time trying to pull up packages. I'm gonna be asking clients, oh yeah, Linda, how's your day going today? You do anything fun? She could say, oh no, my day's been terrible. It sucked. I just got out of the doctor's office because I broke my arm. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear about that. I really am. That really stinks. I mean, you have anything good for breakfast or lunch today? Oh yeah, I went to Subway today. Oh man, I love their subs. I had a Philly cheesesteak sub there, man. It was the bomb. I mean, how was your sub? You probably had a great one, right? Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah, dude. Whew, love those. Was it like a $6 foot long now, not the $5 foot long like they used to say? So easy to build rapport. Spin it to a positive, and I just bought myself time here to throw in a package from trying to input random stuff, as well as what I want to add. Secondly, people that currently have coverage, stop offering them one option. we got to make sure we're offering a few options to the clients, at least three. Because if you offer one, if they say like, no, that doesn't work, now you have to hesitate. Now you have to pull something else up, and you just don't look prepared, and the client's not going to like it. He's like, oh man, this guy only had one option. Like what? Now, people that have coverage, you're either going to save them money or you're going to pitch them more coverage for the same price. So if I have a guy, he's on the phone, just say he's from Ohio, he's got $25,000 worth of coverage. He's 50 years old. I'm asking him, yeah, great, great, great. Well, they have coverage, this and that. Now you are eligible, blah, 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 save, yeah, based on your good age and health. All right, whatever. Uh, how much are you currently paying for that again? Oh yeah, I'm paying $100 a month. Okay, I put this in. So what we should do right here. Great. So he has $25,000 worth of coverage. Okay, you guys are gonna do. Okay, let's just say Affleck here. Okay. Don't just pitch him 25,000 for $77. Because if he says like no, that's not suitable to myself, like I don't want to, because he's just set in his ways, like you gotta have some more ammunition basically at the end for packages. So I want you to pitch in as well. If he's paying 100, cool. Let him know how much he can get covered for. You know what? Yep, John. Love they have $25,000 worth of coverage. Shows me that you're planning for the worst case scenario when something happens to you, and you're looking out for your family, not to put any financial burden on them. Now, what I can do for you, yeah, $25,000 here through Aflac. It's only coming in at $77.50. Now, that's saving you $25 a month. That's almost right around $300 a year. So you're telling me that, hey, you're saving money. That's pretty sweet. $300 a year is very, very good. Very, very good. Or second scenario, what we can also do, John, is for that $100, if you still you're comfortable paying $100 a month, I can get you actually $33,000 more. 33,000 or $33,000 total coverage. So that's $8,000 more than what you have currently. Now, I remember you said you were thinking about having a cremation. Right, right. Yep. So, like I said before, cremations only cost 5 to 8 grand. So you're basically walking away with $25,000 worth of profit here. That's going to your wife, Melinda. She's going to be living good. So let's do the right thing. Get this policy in place. Get everything transferred over so she can live a better lifestyle and allow yourself to take better preventive measures here. Hone in on that. People have coverage. I love it. 40% of my clients have coverage before I sold them. I don't do anything different than what I just did. Let them know what they can save. Let them know what they can get for the same price. Also, people have coverage. I've seen this one too many times. You're going to come across someone that's paying 250, like $300. Don't don't try to pitch them something like super, super low. So say I have a 76-year-old that has $15,000 worth of coverage. No. Actually, we'll go 20,000. If I have someone in the mid 70s, or yeah, I'm paying about 287 for my coverage here through, I don't know, Primerica, whatever. I got 20,000, 297, excuse me. And I'm like, okay, oh, great, great. People that pay that much money can afford it at the end of it. There's no one that walks the earth that if you're paying $300 a month for some death benefits like life insurance, that can't afford it. Who pays $300 a month just to throw it away? It's crazy. It's crazy. No one does. No one does. So that doesn't mean, you know what? He has $20,000. He's paying 300. Cool. I'm gonna go get him into something for $200. Like, yes, you can. He can save $100, which is great. But at the end of the day, I'd rather see you. You know what? He's paying $300. Okay, I don't know why it's capping out. Oh, it's over 75. My bad, my bad. Okay, let's just go 73 here. Okay, my bad. The heck? All right, so nothing actually shows up for 300. It's weird. Let me just see if there's anything for 30,000 here. Yeah, it's literally impossible to pay $300 for these carriers sometimes, based on their age, basically, at the end of the day. Someone's paying close to 300 bucks. Literally, it's wild. Look at that. It's literally you can't even pay $300 at the end of the day. So get them as close as you can to what they're paying because if someone's paying close to 300,000, yes, okay, cool. You can pitch them for $300, not 300,000. Jesus. Um, if they're paying 300 bucks a month for 20 G's, yeah, that's great where you can sell them for $130 less. Yeah, you make good commission off of it, but are you kidding me? This guy is still saving money and he's getting more coverage at the end of the day. Get him up there. No, like I said, nobody pays a fat policy because they can't afford it at the end of the day. So I want to see that instituted as well. There's too many leads that are already just thrown away with just bad placement, like terrible placement. Especially on ready mode, we can see that there's what is it? There's beneficiaries on there more often than not. So if you see that there's like children, like children's plural, assume that it's going to be like three or more beneficiaries. Like, holy crap. Make sure there's enough money that's like being like dispersed and allocated for. That doesn't mean when you're going through needs analysis, yeah, this guy wants to leave some money behind and cover his cremation. That doesn't mean I'm going to go pitch 10 grand to a 56-year-old from, I don't know, say Tennessee. Like, how, yeah, it's great that it's low, like premium, but he's going to get offended. Like, okay, I have a couple $100 left over to my beneficiaries. What? No, no, be strategic. Know how to place the clients at the end of the day and place the prices accordingly. Each beneficiary should walk away with a few $1,000s, like minimum at the end of the day. Uh, Definitely what I wanted to hone in on and be thorough with the needs analysis. The needs analysis with kind of pitching prices here and trying to place them strategically. This should be at least 5 minutes. 5 minutes of your call. You should know, like, especially when you're new starting out, there should be no reason why this should take less than 5 minutes, as well as pitching this, telling people nothing comes out today, asking when they usually pay their bills, so you can place the effective date strategically as well. You're rushing through, you're gonna lose clients. No client of mine, or I can tell you Joey's as well, has been rushed and hasn't been through things thoroughly. So I just want to touch on that. As well as don't ask the client, oh, you have a specific number in head for how much you kind of want to leave behind? What? If they had that, why would they even go to us and everything like that? Like they would just fill it out themselves through like some online like portal thing, basically. Like the instead of the agent portal, it's just like a normal person portal. Like what? No. That's why we have the needs analysis. See what they need and everything. We know how much things cost. 12 to 15,000. 5 to 7,000. Honestly, it's around $8,000 inflation now a little bit. Legacies. Start at 50 G's. Work your way up. It's simple at the end of the day. Don't be like, oh yeah, so you're looking to have a traditional burial now. Do you have a specific number in mind that you're looking to kind of leave behind? There's A, that's an open-ended question. B, they're gonna have you on the phone for like an extra 2 minutes just talking about like random nonsense and you're not in control. Like, oh, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm thinking maybe $30,000. possibly. So then you're going to put $30,000 in, and you're going to have a guy that's, I don't know, say 67 years old, and try to pitch him 30 grand for $180 through Aflac. He's going to be offended and hang up because he only wants to pay freaking between 70 to $95. But you just asked him a question how much he wanted. You didn't let him know what the average costs are. You didn't let him know what people are on average are paying for these types of products and services. You got to be thorough. You got to let the people know at the end of the day. And a lot of this, people that were in the workshop today, Joey had a great point. It's all mental. This is a huge mental battle. Basically, it's how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to talk to the client and get to know them? How bad do you want to figure out what they really, really need and how their financial situation is? You should be able to tell just by talking to people, not even looking at them. You don't need to look at them to know if they're rolling or not rolling. You can probably tell just by listening to me. I know it's later. I'm not as sharp right now, but I'm sharp. I'm on top of it. I know what I'm talking about. You can tell that, okay, yep, highly educated, very, very good at what I do. And you know what? Sounds like I got everything in order. Some of the clients, most clients aren't going to talk like how I talk at the end of the day. They're not going to be cognitively there. So you have to assume if people aren't cognitively there, they're most likely on a fixed income, taking meds, have some health problems, can't afford a lot. That should already be accounted for right here. Fireworks should go off. Like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I got this guy, Bob. He's kind of slurring his words a little bit. Sounds like he probably honestly had a stroke or something wrong with him. Yeah, most likely he's not going to be able to afford a $200 per month policy and everything. Be smart with that. Be smart. That's the best thing I can say. Also, people that say they can't afford anything, lying to you. Touch on it quick. People that say they can't afford anything in the needs analysis, like yeah, I really want something, but I just can't afford it. So you go through, yep, traditional burial, blah blah, blah, cremation, whatever it is, whatever they're looking for. Really hone in on, all right, they're lying to you. You can ask them, well, okay, Grace, I'm guessing you're living in an apartment or house, right? Yeah, I live in an apartment down in I don't know, down in some random city in Florida. Okay, great. So you have a roof over your head? Yeah. You have a vehicle you drive? Yeah. You have groceries? You eat every single day, 3 meals? Yeah. So you're telling me you do better than a homeless person, right? Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I have homeless people that can afford $1 a day program, and you're doing better than them, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Okay, great. So do something right. Just hone in on them. Pull on the heartstrings as well a little bit. Like with needs analysis, people say I can't afford it or I don't want it or I don't need it. Pull on the heartstrings. Get personal with them. I know it sounds bad, but you have to. Ask what their plans are when they pass away, and if they're prepared to put a financial burden on their loved ones. Like, who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? Are you kidding me? Like, you know how selfish that is of people to do? I gotta go pay money. Like, yeah, I'm devastated. I just lost a loved one, but are you serious? Now I'm coming. Now I gotta coming out of my pocket here and hurt my wallet a little bit. I mean, Jesus. Tell the people that like, okay, Bob, you're fine that when you pass away, your kids are going to have a $15,000 bill between moving, plot, headstone, casket, and service, and maybe like a little bit of extra extraneous bills for when you die. He's going to say, well, now that you say it, like, it kind of does sound awful. Yeah, Bob, this is all for preventative measures here. We got to make sure that we don't have anyone going into financial debt to cover yourself, especially when you're not around anymore. We don't want to have that happen here. Pull on the heartstrings. Ask them rhetorical questions. Deborah, if you're drowning and I throw you a life jacket, would you take it? Yes. Okay, great. Now, your family's going to be drowning in financial debt. Throw them a life jacket. This is the policy right here to save them. I won't let you down. There's literally like it's you gotta be able to get personal with them to end up honing in on their feelings and everything. Especially if there's a name on the lead, like oh my God, like okay, I'll just use Deborah again. Like Deborah, you said you didn't want anything. I totally like understand that, but you're willing to place the financial burden on your son, Brandon? Really? She's gonna say no, no, because I can guarantee you right now, people that don't want anything in place usually can't afford anything. People that can't afford anything, more often than not, their kids or loved ones don't have any money. People that have money take care of their family. I don't really know of too many people that make hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, that don't really hook up their parents. Because if I have a lady here that's complaining about $1 a day program, how it's kind of like, oh, like I can't afford anything, like this and that, like I guarantee you her son doesn't make $400,000 because if he did, he would not have his mom being like stressing over $1 a day program almost. If you catch my drift and everything, if that makes sense. So pulling the heartstrings. Be like, you're okay with your son possibly going into debt for when you pass. So he has to deal with debt and he has to deal with a loved one no longer being alive. Does that sound like a win-win scenario? No, it doesn't. So what we have here in force right here is $1 a day program. This covers just the basic needs for some death benefits here for you. It'll cover that cremation for you. It's coming in at $34 a month. Just, just, just hone in on it. Be thorough. Be personable and be authentic at the end of the day with this for needs analysis. Also, I want to double back to asking people about like a number in mind. Some people just straight up don't know. Like if you ask, like, oh yeah, like you have a specific number in mind that you're looking for, they'll be, yeah, I want $500,000 worth of coverage. I don't want to pay more than 150 bucks. Like A, you're screwed. B, you're not gonna be able to really get people that much. You're gonna have to stack coverages. Like, are you gonna have to do $150,000 through? Okay, let's just say he's 65. You're gonna have to do it through Baltimore Life. Then you're gonna have to stack another coverage. Probably, I don't even know if RNA Jet Life would do it. Yeah, they don't even approve him because he's too old. Honestly, and you just dug yourself in a hole. Yeah, well, I can only get you $150,000 here through Baltimore Life. For yeah, it's coming in. Honestly, it was what was it? It was like 650 a month, something like that. A, he's just gonna hang up on you. B, they're gonna be dejected. Like some people are just unrealistic and they have no clue at the end of the day how much things cost. I mean, I certainly wouldn't, especially if I wasn't in this industry by any means. I'd have no clue. As well as you gotta remember, old people are super out of touch. People that are like, I'm talking like baby boomer age and like up right now. So they're thinking like a loaf of bread. Yeah, it was like 5 cents, like 10 cents back in I don't know, back in like 40, 50 years ago. Cool, it's $2.50 today, minimum. Minimum. That's apply that to everything across the board. Think about that. Have an economic sort of brain when you're talking to these clients and how things work. Because what they think in all actuality is very, very different. I mean, I see it with my grandparents today. I'm talking to them and they're thinking, I mean, I have to pay I mean, I just bought a very, very nice new vehicle, valued at around what was it? I got insurance up. I got $100,000 insurance policy on my vehicle. It's like 400 bucks a month. They're thinking it was going to be like 60 bucks, 70 bucks. So out of touch. So out of touch. That's how these clients are. So make sure that you have to guide them. Guide them in. Let them know what people are paying. Because when they hear what people are paying on average, cool, they're less likely to get upset or they're like, okay, you know what? If that's what My neighbor's paying. Cool, that's what I'm going to pay. Same thing when they rent, when they buy houses. Same thing. You look in the neighborhood. Okay, you know what? This guy bought a house for 550,000. This guy bought a house for 528,000. Cool. I can expect this house for sale right here. It looks just similar, maybe like a few hundred square feet larger, but it doesn't have as big of a driveway for right around the mid 500s. It's not going to be $900,000. It's not going to be $150,000 on average. You got to let them know on average to really hone in um, on what they need. So, okay, that's all I really wanted to cover. I wish somebody, when I started here, took time out of their day to do what I just did. I didn't have any of this. When I started here, very, very thankful. Uh, Johnny trained me. I loved it. Thing is, he was doing it for a week and a half, then I was on my own. Basically, sink or swim. You're gonna make a lot of money or you're gonna like crap out, then all right, I gotta go get my master's or PhD or something like that. Be thankful. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. I want to see everybody do as best they can in this industry. I don't care if you have a lot of experience or I don't care if you're brand new, stuff like that. I produce a lot of business because I do things the right way and I know how to work the systems the best at the end of the day. So, like I said, I wish I had someone that did this with me, took time out of their day. So I hope everyone's grateful with this. I'm super grateful to everyone that puts time and effort in, wants to be here, and wants to produce a lot of business. So yeah, if you have any questions on what I went over, let me know. Also, when you're watching this, I'm going to send a text as well. You better have taken notes as well in this about what I went over and everything. This is too good not to take notes on. Like, unless you're writing 10 G's a week in business, then this doesn't apply to you. Um, but I can guarantee you no one here is doing that. Blyle is a phenomenal broker. Averaging about, honestly, the past month, honestly, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, he's averaging about $5,500 to $6,000 each week. He's been doing this for 12, 13 years, basically. Sales and being a broker. So, I mean, shoot, if he's taking notes and watching this, what should you be doing with 0 days experience? You should be taking notes at the end of the day. Like this is a gold mine right here. Like I said before, I wish somebody did this with me. Like this is money right here. But okay. I'm gonna everybody, how do I stop recording?